The Powkiddy R36S is a retro gaming handheld that uses the Rockchip RK3326 SoC system on a chip. This model is sold by several brands which, in general, are the same crap, i.e. the same product. This SoC combines 4 ARM Cortex-A35 CPU cores with a Mali G31 GPU, making it powerful enough to handle games up to the Dreamcast and N64 generation. The device also includes 1 GB of DDR3 RAM and a 3.5-inch IPS display that outputs at 640 by 480 pixels. The R36S is compatible with ArcOS, a popular operating system for retro gaming handhelds. It's worth noting that the device's emulation limit is generally up to SNES FX and 3D PS1 games at 60 FPS. Most 2D PSP games are playable, but 3D PSP games may require frame skip. Frame skipping means lowering the frame rate without slowing down the action. N64 and Dreamcast games are mostly playable, especially those that are easier to emulate. However, it's important to note that any device with a RK3326 is likely to have performance issues when trying to emulate every PSP game. The Powkiddy R36S is no exception to this. In terms of price, the Powkiddy R36S is considered affordable, costing about half the price of similar devices like the Powkiddy RGB20S. Despite its lower price, it retains the same core features and performance. A quick comparison with the Powkiddy RGB20S, the R36S is a more affordable option with a slightly smaller battery and different RAM type. It runs on ArcOS, compared to the Linux system on the RGB20S. The RGB20S offers a larger battery and was released earlier. Both devices are designed for retro gaming and share the same CPU, GPU, and screen specifications. The choice between the two may come down to budget, preferred operating system, and minor design preferences. Now to talk about gameplay. The Powkiddy R36S performs well with a variety of retro games, but may struggle with more demanding titles, particularly from the 3D era. The R36S handles Nintendo DS emulation smoothly, providing a good gaming experience for this platform. Generally, 2D games from older consoles like the SNES, GBA, and others run without issues on the R36S, and some 3D games from systems like the PS1 and Dreamcast are playable, especially those that are not graphically intensive. Now, about the games that might not work out, the R36S can run most 2D PSP games, but 3D titles often require frame skip to be playable, indicating that the device struggles with the more demanding graphics of these games. While some N64 and Dreamcast games are playable, the more demanding titles in these libraries may not run as smoothly, and performance can vary widely depending on the specific game. Then, the device's emulation capabilities are generally good up to SNES FX and 3D PS1 games at 60 FPS. However, for more advanced systems like the PSP, N64, and Dreamcast, the performance can be hit or miss. The actual performance can vary significantly from game to game, even within the same console's library. Some games are optimized better than others for emulation. This console is a good buy for those who want an affordable, portable device for retro gaming, with a focus on 2D games and less demanding 3D titles. It offers a decent emulation experience for its price range. However, if you want to play more demanding 3D games with high performance, you may need to consider a more powerful and potentially more expensive device. So that's it, folks. Short video, no winding down. Until the next video, consider subscribing and see you later.